your stories you've been reading a lot. You've been reading some manga and stuff.
Yeah.
Any cool books that have like caught your eye lately?
Nothing new that came out.
Or just you're just catching up on some stuff? Because I've been doing that too lately. I've been realizing I bought a lot of stuff, and I need to just sit down and read it.
In the spirit of Halloween, I want to say Junji Ito is overrated, and I'm tired of hearing that nigga come up, bro. I'm fucking tired of it, bro. I'm tired of him, bro. And since Halloween is coming up Friday, I'm like, people like, oh, like, do you got a hot take? This is my hot take. Junji Ito is fucking annoying now. Stop fucking bringing him up, bro. I'm tired of this shit. And shout out to Battle Royale because that was really good too. But yeah, bro. Like we gotta fucking read something else, bro. There's no reason.
That takes too much energy, man. Come on. Remember, we just talked about this. Just find one thing and run it into the ground. That's all it is, bro.
Listen,
Why? Look at the creepy cat. That's it. That's all you need.
in like 2003 or 2004, I think I want to say I was in 7th grade.
Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't 2004. I think that was like 2000. It was early 2000s. It was like early 2000s. Junji Ito was the first manga, one of the first mangas that I've read. Right? And to think 20 years ago I'd be fucking annoyed by him is insane. Because everybody is just like, everybody in America thinks this nigga's God. He's not that good, bro. He's not. And I don't care if people hate me or people will say like, oh, you don't know what you talking about, blah, 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 blah. I'm not taking anything away from him. He's a fucking talented artist. He's a great storyteller, but he's not the best. He's not.
He's just the one that got popular.
Yes.
And instead of, and that's the thing, is like, it's cool for something to blow up. I love seeing shit with t-shirts on. Like, I've said it a million times to the day falls off. I'm a Shin-Chan fan, and the shit is starting to pick up, and I'm happy about it. But at some point, when you get something that's cool, I notice there are some people who don't ask that question to themselves, like, hey, what else is like this? And they don't go on a Google search, and they don't look up other things like this. And then like, oh shit, this is actually better than this. I feel like this is a great entry point, and this is something to like look at. But from what the stuff you even show me, it seems like there's other stuff to look at and do, but I don't think people are doing that. They're just like settling on this and buying the t-shirts and harping it up, I guess.
I just think that like it's very accessible because they printed a lot of it. It's really easy to get.
Mm-hmm. And it's been around a while, right?
Yeah. I would say like his stuff was translated before a lot of many other mangas. Because when I was back in the jig, it was hard to get horror manga. Like horror manga was such a niche thing to get a hold of.
Mm-hmm.
But Junji Ito was it's kind of always been there, but nobody cared about it. And it wasn't until like Tumblr and like Twitter and all these other things, and like a lot of these like horror blogs on Tumblr would like retweet and like just post his shit, and that's kind of how he started to pick up some steam in America. But I've always liked Junji Ito, but people are fucking acting like he's the Alfred Hitchcock of manga, and I'm like, my guy, like he's not even in my top 10 of greatest manga storytellers. Is he a great artist? Fuck yeah. Can he write a scary story? Yes. But can he write a great scary story? Can he keep you on the edge of your seat? Does he have interesting characters? Does he have, a lot of good quality stories to tell? No. And I mean, there's a lot of other people who do. and I'm re-saying this because I've said this last year. I think it's been a year since we've been doing this. So I'll just say it again so we
honestly,
can repost it.
and I run this shit. I run my ideas into the ground because I also believe in the idea that not everybody will hear it the first time. They won't hear it the 10th time.
I was gonna say the third, but
the third. You know what I'm saying? They won't hear it any of the other times. But if you I'm telling you that if you believe in something and until it sticks, and then people will be like, well, he was the first person to say it because he's been talking about it for 10 years. So you're right.
They're doing a collab with Sanrio. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Hello Kitty and
Junji Ito.
Yeah, he is the Goosebumps of manga. Yeah. He's the R.L. Stein. He's the R.L. Stein of manga. Like there's actually really good.
I'm reading the Classroom joint because it's on the Viz app now, and I'm like, this shit is crazy.
With the Drifting Classroom. Yeah,
joint.
that's Stranger Things.
Yeah,
but for adults.
Yeah, no, I here's what I think, and my take on it too is there are people who I feel like this is the same issue that you have with Berserk. There are people who like aesthetics, right? And they like the look of something. And you're right, he's a great artist. This is one of his most iconic characters, right? And the spiral thing, and people see this. I have seen this on shirts. I've seen it on binders. I've seen it on cell phone cases. I've seen it on screenshots. I've seen it on people's backgrounds. I've seen it everywhere. In Hot Topic, out Hot Topic, at Walmart, at fucking Forever 21 walking past. This is the little t-shirts. People see these cool designs and they're like, oh, this is a cool gothy thing. I like it. It's a cool. I'm gonna buy the shirt. And then I'm gonna do this. And then I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna do that. And
you know how many tattoos I've seen of that?
Of that, yeah. The spiral.
Wait, go to left. That one.
Yeah.
You know how many tattoos I've seen of that?
I think these are great snapshots. I think these are great panels. And I think people who just aren't in the know and want to be up on cool fashion, or people who just want to be, I think they gravitate towards it. That translates into money and sales. So then they just start pumping this shit. Because it's like, I feel, because I feel this about another thing, like other things. I feel like there aren't even people buying the books. They're just rocking around with the swag because it looks cool. And it is what it is. It's okay. I'm not here to tell you, hey, name a Nirvana song with the Nirvana. I'm not trying to be that guy. I'm just saying I do think that is what it is. I think it just, there's a lot of people like, I'm a fan of manga. I have not read much of Junji Ito, but I know people with more Junji Ito merch than me who haven't even watched anything. You know what I mean? Like,
I've read I want to say I read the CH-21. The first manga of his I read was Gyo. I've read Tomie. I've read Uzumaki, and
Uzumaki's like the big one of the
yeah.
ones. I've seen some of the short stories too. Like I do like some of the ones that they have.
A lot of the newer stuff I haven't really read yet is just because I'm very fatigued by it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's just so much other stuff. There's so much other horror stuff that hasn't hit America yet that's finally like coming back. I mean, it has hit America, but it's been out of print for so long, and they're finally reprinting it. Dragonhead was a big one that I remember people going crazy for in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I Am Hero, that one was another one. I
yeah.
mentioned that one. Homunculus.
Mm-hmm.
I know people were talking
that
about
Homunculus
it.
is actually starting to get some recognition. I've heard people like throw it around in conversation.
Yeah, because I remember when Homunculus first came out, but you had to look on the translations, and not many people were doing that at the time. So I was like, I'll read it when I'll finish reading it when it becomes. Wait, look, go down. You see that? Go to left. See that? Somebody's like, does this look like Junji Ito? That looks nothing like Junji Ito. And I fucking bet that artist is Kago Shintaro. Click it, because I just want to see. Hey everyone, is it huge on Instagram? Blah 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 blah. All right, go down.
No, but it's great. It looks good. It looks different.
Go up. Is that AI? Go up.
Someone says, is that AI?
No, I'm asking if that's AI.
Oh, this photo. It says fan art. because I think they flag AI now. They've been getting a little better at like flagging out that shit. But
oh yeah,
yeah.
well, that looks like that looks cool.
Yeah.
Shout outs to her.
No, it's a lot makes this. There's a lot of things that make it look dissimilar from Jujutsu style. So at least somebody knows. But like people will.
This looks yeah.
They'll take you off just off the eyes alone. I'm like, this is not.
Yeah, it doesn't look like nothing. But that's the thing. Like people associate anything with horror to it. That looks more like Kago Shintaro. But who's another really good horror manga guy? You should look him up. But you know, anything horror. Like I remember I was reading a horror manga on the train and some random person was like, "Is that Junji Ito?" And I was like, "Nah, man." And then me and him and then me and her started chopping it up.
It's a that's what I'm saying. I feel like this is, you're right, R.L. Stein, or an entry point. This is a, oh, cool shirt. What's this about? And then I think if you're into, especially into manga,
he has many Dead by Daylight. He did like a few skins
for them. Nice.
He did yeah, they did skins.
So they're selling
Dead by Daylight.
A little bit.
I want to say there's probably other games that he has shit going on in, but I haven't really paid too much attention to it.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like, who the fuck is
your line blowing up? Pick up the phone, man. No,
oh.
No, I feel the same way when like, you know, as a person who's into manga, into anime, I think you know, you want people to enjoy what this art form is, and you also want to like erase some of the stigmas associated to it, because there's a lot of people who aren't in the communities that they think it is, oh, is it just like hentai, or is it just like Dragon Ball Z or Naruto? And you're like, nah, like some of the best writers and illustrators are on this side of the fence. You just need to like, or if you're interested, you might want to like get involved. And I feel like there are some just like entry level anime stuff. Or manga stuff. This is entry level. This is like, oh, so is this like Naruto? Is this like Dragon Ball when you're wearing a whatever shirt, you know? Like, so.
Which is crazy.
It just, I guess it just sucks that this is the one that did it.
Which is crazy because I remember if you knew what that was, it was like, yo, this nigga knows. He knows literature.
Same with Berserk. 10 years ago, if you reference.
Nah, not 10 years ago. 10 years ago, that's when I already started to get annoyed by it.
Really? Okay.
Like 2020, not 2015. I want to say 2016, 2017.
Like maybe 10 to 15 years ago. You threw up Berserk and you were like, oh, this nigga in the trenches. You was in the trenches, you mentioned Berserk. Mm-hmm. And then they would ask you what's wrong with you, because Berserk is like, it can be a little fucked up.
Berserk, JoJo,
yeah. So you're like,
they thought you were gay.
You weird, bro. You weird. And then now it's so boilerplate. Like it's so like that. I don't know. I guess it does diminish what the quality of it is, but I don't know. I wish the best for it.
They even got Junji Ito blind boxes now.
Yeah, they do. They do.
I feel like once you get a Junji Ito blind box, that's when. That's it.
Damn, they Hello Kitty'd it. That's crazy.
Yeah, like they literally.
They Hello Kitty horror.
Put Hello Kitty in this. They put Hello Kitty and Junji Ito in a collab. Any
thoughts on manga? On the manga rebuild world?
I've never read it.
Oh, the manga rebuild world.
I've never read it.
Yeah. Speaking of, I've been feeling some type of way with the state of anime as it pertains to manga, because the anime boom is getting crazy. Like it's bigger than it ever was. It's crazy. It's going all over the place. Everybody's at conventions. Everybody knows what Naruto is. Everybody's watching One Piece, whatever. But we all realize that it is still part of something else. It's part of a book. It's part of you starts off with the book, then it gets the adaptation, and we've talked about this before. It's like manga now in Japan is like, all right, make the manga, but also let's get that anime rolling, because now there's 20 different animes by all these studios. What I'm starting to get worried about, and I've been worried about for years now, is that like some of the stuff these artists are doing is really good. They're doing really good artwork, but the manga can't translate to the anime because the anime can't keep up because they're trying to pump it out too quickly. And I don't know. I'm kind of like as I'm reading now. I'm gravitating more towards reading because I like letting my mind do the thing. Because now what I'm seeing in the anime isn't worth it anymore. Starting to feel that way because there's like I remember reading Naruto at like I don't know, fucking eighth, seventh grade, whatever. Reading Naruto, being like, I can't wait to see what they do to animate this, and being just like thoroughly impressed. Being like, holy shit, that's what they did with it. That's cool. Now I'm like, I don't know, man. I like, I feel like they're. I feel like the bubble's gonna burst, and I'm not happy about that because it shouldn't. I feel like it should always be. I don't know. I feel like it always should be hand in hand, but I don't know.
I don't really watch anime like that, so I don't. I've never been like an anime guy. Um, I've seen. I mean, I've seen a lot of anime throughout the years, but I've also haven't seen much compared to like most people. I've always been a reader,
Yeah,
through and through, ever since I was a little kid. Mainly because I didn't have cable and all that other shit to watch it.
I watched I watched Goku's Super Saiyan transformation at a Books a Million, which is basically like another Barnes and Noble franchise. You know, like it's like I don't know if they had them up here, but it was a spot called Books a Million. They had a kids center, and it was like, oh, they had a little TV, and you could watch cartoons or whatever, and play with those little weird wooden trains. I flipped that shit to Tanami just to watch it because I couldn't watch it without it. Like, like it was a crazy time just watching it to watch it. But I started with anime, found out there were books involved, and started reading because I liked the story so much, and finding out that the manga's always ahead. I'm like, oh hell yeah, I get to read it. Then I get excited for what I might see later. And that was I was living in that space for years. Now I'm starting to get more and more disappointed with the anime turnout. And I'm just like, I guess I'm just gonna read. But there was a point where it was just good. It was just quality. I don't know how else to
there
describe it.
was there was I remember I read an article that they wanted to do an anime about the crow, and when they went to I think it was, I don't remember who owns the rights to the crow. I think it was Lionsgate at the time or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then the anime
Brandon Lee Crow, right? You know, like the whole Brandon Lee movie. For those who don't know, if they haven't watched The Crow, whatever. Yeah.
And then the anime. I mean, I guess the they really wanted to make an anime out of the crow, and they had like this crazy idea, these stories, and then they were like, they said some shit like they went to the guy, like they went to the license holders, and they were like, yo, like, I really want this or that, and they were like, okay, yeah, you could do it, and then they were like, all right, well, let's set this up, and then they were like, well, the license for the crow is $1 million, and then they were like, that's the fucking entire budget for the anime.
Yeah.
And then they never did it. And first off, at that time, who the fuck do you think you are in this fucking bumfuck town to fucking think that anybody would spend $1 million fucking dollars? Listen, I love The Crow. I've read all the comics. I have the very first comic graded in a 9.4, by the way. Not 9.8, but you know, you gotta take what you can get.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck are you in this bumfuck town to ask for $1 million? Like, no one, people care about The Crow, but no one cares enough to pay that much money.
Not $1 million.
And if anything, I'm willing to bet that the anime would have been better than any fucking movie that had come out. But to your point, you are absolutely correct. These animes don't have, I think a lot of animes should have bigger budgets. Like Junji Ito, for example, his Uzumaki, I knew the moment it fucking announced that it was never gonna work. It was never gonna
Because
work.
they had one episode,
And I
their
laughed
shit-
at everyone that thought, oh, this is gonna be crazy. And even when they did the Tales of the Macabre,
Mhm.
when that was announced, I was like, this is gonna be garbage because Junji Ito's art is so abstract that you can't translate that into animation.
It's for the energy of the still, or like your mind lets you realize what you're watching, like what you're looking at. You see these like balloon floating head dudes. It looks creepy, and then you saw the animation of it, and you're like, I don't know. This looks more silly.
Yeah, Junji Ito is not writing for anime. He's writing to cook. You know what I mean? And I think that like a lot of people who read manga, or I guess they don't read enough of it, just shonen has that style where it's just like it's easily animatable or whatever. I just made up a word, but it's very easily animated. And I think a lot of people don't read, like when people go, oh, I want Vagabond to be an anime. I don't think it should, because the Takahiko Inoue, or I think that's his name. I don't know how to pronounce Asian names, but he's doing Vagabond as an artist. Like if he's not going in, he ain't gonna fucking do it. If his mind is not like, yo, I'm gonna fucking cook the shit out of every fucking page. And when you're reading a book, when you visualize the animation, that's what you expect. That's what the way
it needs to meet or exceed.
Yes.
It has to meet or exceed.
Yes.
And it used to, on average, it would meet expectation. Or, you know, because the thing about, like, you would watch it maybe, and I referenced Naruto because that was kind of like that was a nice middle spot for me as a reader of manga, discovering manga. And that was the years that I read Death Note, and I read all these other joints because that was what was in the aisle. I would love seeing the panels of the animation of boom, boom, the hit here. And what they drew in between, and the little extra nuances and the extra shit that they would throw in there, like, oh shit, that's how he uses the Rasengan, or that's how he does this. They were using that expression, and I liked that. Now, they can't even go like panel for panel because this shit's got no shading, it's got no life. I'm just like, oh, so you just had to quickly make this guy move so that you could get to the next episode. And I'm like, I don't think. I'm nervous for One Punch, because one thing I liked like about is the vistas that they would show in One Punch, and it's like it's a shonen, and it's goofy, and it's very aware of itself, and it's satirical, but like showing me the panels you show me that you love, and then I'm like, oh, I can see where this makes sense in One Punch, where I'm like, damn, this guy really cares about like what he's drawing, and then I'm already starting this third season. I'm just like, I'm biting my fingernails, bro. I'm like, I don't know if you're gonna pull off what I need you to pull off so that I feel like this was worth it, like it was worth the wait. I don't know if they're gonna do that. I
think a lot of people, a lot of like manga people.
How you gonna get this nigga? How you gonna get this nigga animated?
I feel like it's possible with that. With Junji Ito, with artists like Junji Ito and Takahiko, and I don't think.
I know it's possible. I'm saying I think they're running out of money. I don't think they can get this shit done anymore. I think it's just like we're gonna keep getting subpar anime adaptations for manga now, even in the shonen field. Even in the shonen field, where that's their bread and butter, I think they're just running out of steam, and it's like it's just making that's what's making me nervous.
I mean, maybe. I mean, look, Demon Slayer made a lot of money. Yeah. So hopefully, you know, if people go out and they support these movies when they get released,
I think movies are a safer bet now.
Yeah, maybe they could do more of these so we get bigger budgets. We can see crazier shit. So, and that's probably why they did the Chainsaw Man movie. They did the Demon Slayer movie, because they were like, okay, we could release this in, I don't know, 5 episodes or 6 episodes, but we ain't really got the budget to animate it like that, and we kind of need an investment,
Instant, and we need
ROI, return on investment,
because they already make their money back in Japan, which is great. That's good for them. Like those movies sell out, and then it hits America, and then it still does numbers in America. So like,
I think the movie route is probably the best way to go. Like, have their most biggest thing that they got going be movies. But what I think that people, and what I said, like, to anybody thinking like this is why I feel like people need to kind of expand what they read more, because I feel like shonen, they don't really go too crazy on the art a lot of the times, or at least not from what I remember. Just because shonen is gonna be
action comics.
It's action comics and stuff.
Yeah.
But once you get into like American comics, and then you see shit like fucking Alex Ross, you see shit like fucking you see, I mean, I guess Jim Lee is, I guess he could like, but you see stuff like Jason Shaw Alexander, Alex Ross, like what else? Like Scotty Young has some really good fucking art. There's this one book called Spectrograph where the artist is like just fucking fantastic. There's a lot of artists in American comics that are just fucking insane, and it's kind of crazy that like, for example, Lee Bermejo, I think that's how you pronounce his name, he's on another fucking world. Alex Ross is on another fucking world. Mark Spears is on another fucking world. And there's debate whether if he does AI or not, but none of this stuff could be animated. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So not everything should be.
Yes, exactly.
Not everything should be, because the art form of illustration and getting that whatever effect you want out of the comic book aspect of it is a different experience. That's why I tell people, if you're, like in the manga anime field, if you like anime, like, you should try reading it, because you're gonna get a different feeling, and you might actually become more of a fan, because you're gonna see how little you're actually getting in the anime. Nowadays,
American
I feel like
comics, you get nothing. You don't even
American
fucking get. You don't even get an animated. You don't get live action. You don't get an animated. You don't get nothing. You just get the
theater
story.
of the mind. You get the story, and you gotta make it
exactly. Work. And then that's why I feel like once you learn to appreciate like what everything has to offer, you kind of temper your expectations. At least for me, because I thought Vinland Saga had pretty good art, and then. But I wasn't like, oh shit, like I hope they don't ruin the anime because it's gonna be bad animation. I was like, oh, I wonder how they're gonna animate the fight scenes. That's kind of cool, So I'm already used to like not expecting much, because I don't really get any. And for most American comics, 9 times out of 10 you get a live action adaptation. You don't really
you'll never get the animation one. Yeah.
Which is why Invincible, when it came out, which is why when Invincible came out, that was crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's Amazon, so they had the fucking money to go all out. But not many anime companies have fucking trillionaire Amazon, trillionaire Jeff Bezos
backing him up.
Exactly.
And they're also these some of these studios are borderline sweatshops, and then even the big ones, they have like 5-6 different heavy hitters under their belt. So I don't understand the culture's a little crazy, and it is what it is, but I can see just the overall general fatigue in the industry. And I feel like this push for movies, which is funny that you brought up the movies, they're doing more and more movies for arcs now. Like more and more movies first, and then maybe you'll get the season. And I think that, because also, I read comic books as a kid. I watched manga as a kid, and I watched the cartoons, obviously, of like Justice League and stuff. But I was big in like anime movies. So all I knew was that, oh, I would be watching Akira, or I'll be watching a Ghibli joint, or I'll be watching, Metropolis, or whatever it is, some Tessica thing. And then I found out about, oh, Dragon Ball is actually anime and all this, as you discover this shit. So then I was anime first, and then I found out reading the books would get you ahead. And then there was just a nice flow of what I'm getting versus what I'm watching. And now I see that the fan base is all watch, 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 watch. And then I am underwhelmed now because I'm like, I just feel like they're overextended now. And America hasn't even started that part yet because they're not animating. You're right, they're doing straight live action. I just feel like in Japan, them brothers is exhausted because what we're getting is like, you could have waited, you could have made this a movie, you could have taken your time, but I think that money demands you to make this thing, and that's just unfortunate.
Well, what do you
like
about manhwa
Overlord movie 2
or manhwa? What?
Cooking honestly. Do you have anything to say on manhwa or manhwa? Not really. No.
The Korean comics and the Chinese.
Not really. Me personally, no. I'm not.
I've read. I think it was The Boxer. And then I read another manhwa about chess. I read God of High School. I think that was a manhwa.
I think it was, yeah. And it got animated by like Crunchyroll, but very poorly.
I've read one Chinese. I bought a Chinese comic, I bought like a Chinese thing or whatever. I do appreciate like, I know there's this one guy on TikTok, and then he was like, what's the difference between manhwa, blah blah, manga, and then I just got annoyed. It's just because it's like, they're all comics, guy. They're all like, you don't need a 2-minute explanation to explain the difference between Korean comics, Japanese comics, and Chinese comics.
What's the difference?
Like, they're all comics.
They're all comics.
Like,
India's got comics. Russia's got comics. If you believe,
like they come from France. Has got comics.
France has comics, and I've heard good things about French comic books, but I just never.
You're like
never dabbled.
Tintin and Asterix and all this other shit. Like they everywhere has got their own comics, and we should just refer to them as comics.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
but I do think that the Korean comics in particular, they like, I'm not gonna lie, they kind of borrow a lot from manga. Like, I remember a friend of mine was telling me like, oh, I was watching some Korean anime, and it wasn't you, I think it was my friend Josh and Josiah. And then they were telling me, oh, it's about this kid who was learning how to fight on YouTube, and then he was like fucking people. They told me whatever it was. They told me the story, and I'm like, and I was like, bro, that's literally the plot to Holy Land. And I'm like, how did you
miss that?
Yeah, and then everybody was like, oh shit, that is Holy Land. So I don't know, they gotta figure their shit out, because God of High School was just a shonen.
Yeah. I feel the same about Solo Leveling, even though I like it. It's a fun watch. It was well animated. It's one of the ones that I think is well animated.
That's a Korean thing too.
Yeah, that one's Chinese, I think. So is Solo Leveling Chinese? I think it's not anime. It is definitely like manhwa but it's webtoon joint. I've heard people say it's a great read. They like it. It is well animated.
Isn't Solo Leveling an isekai?
Basically, that's the thing. When I was watching it, I was like, y'all hyped it up like I was about to be awakened to like a new universe. I'm like, this shit just shit is just like what I've been watching, but it is good. I'm not gonna knock it for
like the
not being good.
monsters come into the real world,
Yes,
and they gotta.
it's like it's a little. It's got a little bit of Hunter in it, a little bit of uh One Punch Man in it, and there's like he's a OP isekai. So it's like time I got reincarnated as a slime, or like Overlord. Um, it it's fine. And it actually is, like I said, the first season fights were really cool, and there was a lot of blood in it, and I like that too. I like when they're not afraid to like rough up the main characters and see people get chopped up. I like that. Um, but it wasn't. They didn't reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean? Like it was fine, and it definitely got backed by, I think, because it's like it was number 1 in China, so a lot of people really liked it. So it, got the money and it won all the awards. But um, it doesn't seem like they're taking. It seems like they see how well anime and manga is doing, because I mean, it is doing well. It's second to American comics. It's like really taken off. Um,
From the Chinese comics that I've seen, they got their own steez to it. I really like it.
yeah.
I've read one, and it was like about it was about like ancient China or some shit. Uh, and I was like, oh, this is cool. This is different. It's like about like the dynasty area
Mm-hmm.
eras of China, and I thought that was cool. And I was like, oh, this is good.
I'm reading and it's funny because Japan be doing that shit too. They be like, I'm watching some of Kingdom right now. I'm like, this shit is Chinese. Like, it's a manga, but they talking about China shit. So I'm like, okay, sure. Like,
yeah,
tell your story, tell whatever story. It's got a lot of seasons. Supposedly, it had like a hiatus, and now it's back. And it was at Comic-Con. They had a little booth for it at Comic-Con. So I started watching it. It's fine. It's cool. Um, but personally, right now, I'm definitely, as far as like, I just wrap up on anime because I wouldn't want to talk a little bit more about anime just because we haven't done it too much, but also like I haven't been watching a lot of it. I have been reading more because I've been on the train and I've been downloading shit off the apps and just like reading, and then also I don't know, I'm just like I'm not as as excited for the new stuff, but also waiting years and years for older stuff and then having it come out and be like, damn, I waited like 3 years for this, and yeah, like, it wasn't animated as well as it should have been.
Nah,
Y'all must be stressed out.
Yeah, I don't expect. I've never really expected anything, just because I always understood, like, because with the way DC Comics does their shit with animated stuff, like it's never the same as the book.
Mm-hmm.
So you're never gonna get an exact 1-for-1 of Flashpoint in the comics. You're never gonna get a 1-for-1 of Superman Doomsday, the Killing Joke. Like those are never gonna be 1-for-1s.
Mm-hmm.
They're always gonna be different than the source material. It'll be its own thing. I know that they're doing the Bane one, and I know that they're doing like a lot of other stuff. So like that's why, like, it's just that from an American consumer of comics perspective, like I always go in with the idea that like I never expect the anime to be the same as the manga on an animation level or a story level. And that's mainly because I've always understood that a lot of these studios ain't WB. They don't have.
They don't got the bread to make it.
Exactly. They don't got a Superman. They don't got a Batman.
Yeah.
Churning out billions of dollars of.
Maybe they did at one point. Maybe at one point.
I would say.
Or maybe it was just nostalgia goggles, because it really did feel like they were, like I said, you always. That's why I tell people who watch stuff only, read it, just because you are gonna get a different experience. But some people just don't like reading. I think that really is what it is. You are gonna get a different experience when you do the theater of the mind stuff.
I don't like watching,
but I enjoy the motion of it. Somebody Somebody said they made an animation mistake. Yeah, it just anime in general is making a lot of mistakes. I think uh they're gonna once they start using AI in the animation. I think my guy Miyazaki's just gonna like finally croak because he's gonna be done. He's gonna be fed up. He's gonna be
Gonna
fed up.
catch a heart attack.
Yeah, he's gonna be fed up with this shit because he's like, you niggas ain't in the gym. You're not in the gym.
Yeah, but not many people don't have Miyazaki money.
This is true. This is very true.
So it's like you can't expect these guys to put out top quality stuff. Like this isn't Marvel. Like they could make animated movies. This isn't DC. They could make animated movies. This is like and a lot of sometimes like they don't always get it right with animation. So sometimes some of the stuff is poorly animated. You know, like they just don't have these big budgets. They don't have, you know, McFarlane Toys making the toys for them. They don't have.
They don't have that multiple money stream pool
exactly.
like they used. Because also that is true at the time. Even 15 years ago, 10 years ago, you had toy deals with these stuff. You had the Dragon Ball toys coming out. You had the Naruto toys coming out. You had the Bleach swords. Everybody wanted the Zanpakuto toy. Like you could put all that revenue together and like make it. But that's the thing is like manga's got barely 100 chapters, and then it's like barely 50 chapters, and then it's like, oh well, the anime's coming. I'm like, but you ain't even built the fan base.
The niggas, I mean,
you ain't even built the fan base.
Anime is at this point where it's so big overseas and everywhere that like, if the anime hits, that's revenue. Because think of it of the toys for anime is the manga, right? So like, for example, I remember they closed down the Static Shock show because they weren't selling merchandise and they weren't willing to get really lucrative merchandising deals. So they had to close up shop because they didn't have anything to sell to people to fund the show. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first cartoon, was only ever made for the to sell the toys.
Mm-hmm.
So the anime is selling the manga. The manga don't sell, then nobody's getting paid. Yeah. So I get it, which is why I understand how hard it is for American comic book artists, to write, and everything is like separate. There's a colorist, there's a pencilist, there's an inker, there's the inker, the pencilist, the colorist, and the writer. And I understand how hard it is just for example, the dude writing the story. That's fucking hard enough for that guy. And his sole purpose is just to fucking write the story. Now, with manga, granted, there's no inker, there's no colorist. It's just one dude doing everything. He's writing the story and drawing the shit. And then on top of that, you got to tell this nigga, all right, the anime is coming out. So you better hope that when this anime hit, this is going to fucking move some books.
Get you more books.
So, yeah, because if you don't sell books, then your ass is out. So it's a lot of pressure on... I think it's more pressure for the mangakas than it is...
Which is why they're so depressed, and a lot of them end up with bad problems, and they end up with palpitations of IBS and all this. They go through it. They go through it a lot. They go through a lot of pressure.
Yeah, but there's some comic book writers that for some reason they got the fucking Midas touch. They not worried.
I didn't catch this connection.
There is not any James Tinian the Third. You know, where I don't know how the fuck this nigga does it. But he's working on 10 different projects all at once, and each one, boom, bestseller, boom, bestseller, boom, top 10, boom, top 10, boom, just moving, boom, movie option, like this dude, he just can't miss. even the shit that I think is not that good from him, like I forget which one, but um it was something about online or like some online shit. But he like I just don't know how he does it, bro. Department of Truth, something's killing the children, Nice House on the Lake, Nice House by the Sea, you know, The Curious Case of Christopher Chaos or whatever the fuck it's called. Like he cannot miss. He also did Spectrograph. He wrote it.
Yeah.
But like but not everybody's him. You know what I mean? And he doesn't.
Every different subcategory has one guy, or like maybe even just one in the whole thing that can just do that.
Yeah, and he's not drawing this shit as well. You know, so I think it's a lot more pressure on these manga artists than it is on the comic book artist. But so that's for me, like that's why when the anime comes out, I don't really like to wild out and violate a little too much, because I understand these animators ain't getting paid that much. They probably got like, just as I was saying, like when the people went to license the Crow, they were like, oh, it's $1 million. And they're like, that's the whole budget. It's like, my nigga, like you have $1 million and you're trying to do an anime?
Yeah. Crazy.
I don't really know the budget into animations and shit like that, but $1 million.
I know they're not getting paid well. They're definitely not getting paid well.
$1 million sounds a little bit low.
So then people just need to buy more books. So people need it. So manga watchers, if you're upset, or if you're like mad, or you want to cancel. Now here's the thing. I'm still gonna, now at the end of my whole thing, I'm still gonna watch it. I'm still gonna watch it, and I might even appreciate some parts of it. I just feel like after reading what I've read, I don't get that same translation anymore, and that disappoints me. But there are people blatantly trashing this shit. Like they're going crazy over, and not so much One Punch, because I also think there's another thing they're trying to do, is they're saving money on the beginning shit, because there's a lot of fights in this, supposedly in this season 3 that they're gonna cover that I've read, and they might just be saving the budget for that, and that happens too. I know something like the first 3 episodes might just be a little and then that big ass fight, they got the A Squad. They pay out the A Squad and they animate some cool shit.
Well, that's why DC probably only does movies and they don't do animated shows.
Yeah, I've noticed that with like, because as a person who watches anime, I've noticed that some have a spike where it's like in the middle when it's the most important stuff. That's when we get the best animation, and that's fine. They've been doing that for years. That's cool. I'm just saying I'm a little disappointed. It's fine. There are people bashing stuff, and some of those people don't even read. They don't buy the volumes. They don't pay their subscription. They don't, whatever, even, support, buy merch or something. They're just there to watch it because they got their little Crunchyroll account, and they're just angry that, well, this doesn't look as good as season 1.
Then read the fucking book.
Yes, I'm saying, read the book, bro.
Read the fucking book.
I was like, bro, have you read it? It's so good. Oh, I don't read. I'm like, well, so you got no imagination. Fair. All right.
So we should do this one Halloween game a day. We're gonna break this up. I think, how many days we got till Halloween?
Like 3 more, 4 more days.
All right, 5 more days. 5 days. All right. So look, underrated horror games.
Ooh, yeah. I already got 2 in the chamber, but you go ahead.
Splatterhouse for Sega Genesis.
Splatterhouse. Yo,
Michael Bay. I was never a Transformers guy, so I don't know how to feel about that.
I've never seen the cover for this.
Yeah, but that one was ass.
Oh no, so it's a different one. Oh, this one, the OG.
Bro.
Yo,
this nigga, he was.
This look crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Like
when I was a kid,
Jason Michael Debo style.
My mom took me to like the video game store on Fordham Road. Well, I think it was on 170. It was on 170th Street. On off the D line. Arcade Splatterhouse. So this one was the one for TurboGrafx 16.
Yeah.
But this was the first horror game I played, I want to say, in like the 90s. And I was like, what the? Like, this nigga was. Like, this was that nigga. Like, that guy was. No one was fucking cooler than him when I was a kid. What?
It's a turbo joint. Trying to see if they have
the Sega Genesis.
The Sega Genesis.
Just put Splatterhouse 2. Splatterhouse 2 came out
2.
for Sega Genesis, yeah. Which was the one that I had.
Oh yeah, I see right here. This joint.
Splatterhouse 2. As I
So this right here, like, this was the fucking game. Like, nobody was cooler than this nigga. It was about this guy right here. His girlfriend gets trapped in a house, and he gotta go get her. That's it. That's the story. And he's just fucking punching the shit out of fucking monsters with his hand. And then he got the fucking pipe. He was wilding out. This was
barefoot out here though.
Barefoot too. Barefoot.
The kendo stick going crazy. Getting these. Yo, this shit tough.
Listen, this was. This is a Sega game, actually. Mm-hmm. Well, was it a Sega? I think it became a Sega game at some point.
This is Genesis joint, yeah.
I think it became a Sega game because it was released for TurboGrafx, but then I think it got on the Sega console. It became a Sega exclusive. And again, the console wars. This was why niggas fucked with Sega back in the jig. Wait, what'd you say?
Guess my comment question gonna stay in the comic section. Oh wait.
What do you say? I'll answer it. I promise. Ask the comic question. I got you.
I get you. I get you in. We doing a Halloween special. Real quick. We got you. Ask it again. My fault. I'm gonna see it at the bottom.
So this was crazy to me as a kid. Like, and it was scary. Like, this scared the shit out of you. Like, all the sound effects and shit like that.
Oh no, these sprites are crazy. Like I've already seen alien references. I've seen like a ghouls and goblins. I've seen.
Come on, my man got like the fucking Friday the 13th on.
Oh, with the skull.
My man got the baldy. He looked like he just fucking did 10 years.
Exactly.
He was locked up.
He just did. And his girl been holding him down for years. Conjugal visits, the whole 9 yards. He finally get it.
He still got the prison jumpsuit on.
Yeah.
If they made it orange,
he got arrested naked.
if he just broke out of jail, just to save her, man, like, this Splatterhouse. Talk about games that need a reboot, a proper reboot, and not that fucking bum ass one that came out into like look, yo, this was scary as shit. This scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
Like ghouls in the background, like ghoul clouds. Yeah, this is wild. They look like the thing, a little like necromorph.
This was one of the earliest survivor horror games to come out. This was before Resident Evil. Look, this nigga got a chicken bone.
Going through it. Yeah, look at these skulls. Look at these like ghouls in the back, bro. These ghoul clouds is crazy.
Yeah, but this was before fucking Resident Evil, Silent Hill. This was before a lot of things. So I think this deserves to be highlighted. I'm pretty sure it gets talked about a lot, but it don't get talked about.
Not enough. Not enough. I barely remembered it. It wasn't even until I saw the 360 cover that I was like, oh, I'm familiar with this game. Yeah.
Yeah, but that one was whack.
This is crazy. Yeah, that's scary.
But this guy's playing it perfect.
Oh yeah, no, he's doing his run. He's doing a speed run walkthrough.
But yeah, what was yours?
Mine Parasite Eve. Parasite Eve. Just the demo. So when I was a kid, I used to do the demo disc from like Pizza Hut and like Burger King and all that stuff. I remember before I even played Parasite Eve, I remember seeing the video. It wouldn't even let you play the game. It was just the video for the game. And like the music and everything was just like.
See, once you see the e-girls playing Parasite Eve,
yeah, that's when you know it's coming.
Yeah, that's when you know it's coming back.
Yeah,
that's when you know it's making the resurgence.
There's I'm gonna just do Parasite Eve Q1 demo. Demo disc trailer. Maybe it was just the trailer for it. So this is what I would watch at like 6, and this shit scared hell. I didn't play the game again until I didn't like actually play the game until I was a teenager. But I remember just watching this just to get scared because it was I didn't know what the hell was happening. All I saw was like a skeleton get reanimated with like demon goo, and I was like, what is happening? So I used to get like creeped out just watching this.
Well, Parasite Eve was a book. It was a novel in Japan, and then it became a live action movie.
And I remember the movie too, yeah.
And then it got the video game adaptation. I think this is supposed to take place somewhere between the book and the movie. It's a specific timeline that it's in. I'm not too sure, but the movie didn't do well, but the game was more successful than the book and the movie. And this is the time where niggas wanted to innovate shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
we're getting that Final Fantasy VIII 3D, which was like, for its time, niggas didn't know what to do with themselves. Like, that's why 8 was like my favorite. Like,
I wasn't a fan of 7 or 8, but
I'm an 8 fan. I don't like 7 now. I think 7's overrated. My friend will die by 9. I've watched him play it a million times, and he loves 9.
I love 9 too.
Yeah. 9. This shit used to just like, I don't know what and they would have this like weird opera music playing. I didn't know what the hell was going on. There was like a T-Rex that gets animated, and it's like creepy as hell.
It had really good gameplay as well.
Yeah, and it had that same like camera setup, like similar to Resident Evil, but it just wasn't talked about as much, and it is what it is. But man,
it was pretty. It's
due for something. They need to do a Resident Evil 2 Silent Hill remake for Parasite Eve.
I'm pretty sure they'll do something. I'm pretty sure they'll do something. Like they gotta remake it at least at some point or re-release it.
Got to an HD remaster something.
They'll do something.
Yeah,
1,000% sure. Like you'll see it come back. Fucking the dude from Bring Me the Horizon. The Bring Me the Horizon band made a song called Parasite Eve, referencing the game. So
yeah, I saw that at 6 and was just like, yeah, I don't want to go to bed right now. I don't know what the hell's happening.
You know what else was really good? You ever played Karn Evil?
Yes. Like the arcade?
Yeah.
With the shotguns?
Yeah.
So that was the joint at the arcade that was always a quarter. The arcade I used to go to. It was like all the ones was $2, $3, it would go up. That one was the cheapest one. It was always a quarter. And I played it crazy, like religiously as a kid. Yeah, Parasite Eve, bro. Yeah. This joint, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They did it with the credits. If this ever comes out on something, I don't know if it is. But
it'll never come out.
Come on, bro.
It'll never come back out, bro.
Everyone wants some money. Just port it. Just port it once. They already did House of the Dead. I got House of the Dead on Switch. It plays like dog shit, but it's still there.
Yeah, but this was cool.
Yeah.
This was one of those times where you used to take Shorty to the movies in like 2003, and then y'all used to go to the multiplex cinema on 161 in the Bronx, and then you used to hug her while she's shooting the thing. That's the kind of vibes.
Just with the puffers on.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was it. But this was a cool game. I've heard a lot of rumors that like the people that were behind this were in like some satanic cult. Like I've heard like a lot of weird shit about like the creators of this game. This was like the Terrifier of video games, in my opinion. This was kind of like at a time where light gun games were like kind of not becoming popular as much as they used to. And then this was when in every fucking arcade that
every arcade. That's why I was like, in my arcade, it was there, and like, I don't know what it was, and maybe it's because of the cult rumors. It was always the cheapest one. It was the one that you put a quarter in, you got a life. Put a quarter in, you got a life. So that was the only one me and my friends played. It was broke as shit, but it was still the most fun. Like I would play the Time Cop or whatever the other one, Time Crisis. Always come back to this one. It's just too good. And then there's like secret shit you can shoot too, and get like different like roots and stuff, bro.
The aesthetics to this of this game was amazing. The
clown in the circus level, I think it's like level 3. Still to this day, he's like a demon clown with chainsaw arms or some shit. Like, dude, it's terrifying.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's terrifying, bro.
I know what you're doing. But this one was like peak light gun horror. I would put this, in my opinion. This is my opinion, and my opinion can't be wrong because my opinion is subjective. This to me is better than House of the Dead.
Oh, I believe that. I actually believe that. I
also House of the Dead stage for Sonic Cross Worlds.
There's a House of the Dead stage on something?
No, there should be because House of the Dead is Sega.
Ooh.
They're not thinking. Y'all not thinking.
Y'all not using
y'all
it.
Thinking, but y'all not really thinking.
Y'all got the recipe, but you ain't cooking yet.
No,
got you.
I don't think they do that. I don't think they want to scare the shit out of the little kids.
Nah, run it. You know who buying these damn games, bro. You know who buying this shit.
They want $100 for the fucking
buying
the
this
set.
Shit. Yeah, we buying this shit. Come on.
Bro, look at this. You really think a fucking like imagine being a kid.
He choking shorty out.
There's blood everywhere.
Yeah.
And in the arcade back then, like they didn't give a fuck. They let you play whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
This was in the pizza parlor near my school.
I already knew this was a hood game too because in mine the guns were always these like mini shotguns.
Oh yeah.
They were never like the actual gun. It was just like mini shotguns that you just like rigged up to that shit. No rumble control, no nothing. You just hear, and you just got trigger fingers.
All right, so which one is your other one?
Let me think. What else I got? There was another joint back in the day. I was about to do Night Trap just out of nothing, but that's not the one.
I think everybody knows Night
Everybody knows Night Trap. I'm trying to think like another underrated joint. You got one up your sleeve right now?
I would say Blood Rain.
Blood Rain. Damn, yeah, that's a good one too. Blood Rain and Blood Rain 2. Honestly, even Soul Reaver. I was big on Soul Reaver. It wasn't like the scariest game, but it was still, there was something about its like overall aesthetic. I got another one that's like I'm thinking of right now, but I'm trying. And I remember the gameplay for this like being pretty good. Like with the overall.
I played it recently. It definitely doesn't hold up.
Okay.
Because I bought the re-release.
Oh, they did do a re-release for it. I forgot
Yeah.
about this. Yeah. I got one, but yeah.
I played Blood Rain and Blood Rain 2 when they first came out. And it was popular enough to get a fucking movie,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't understand why.
2 was, yeah, but that was, remember, they were just trying to do like a movie deal with everything. Remember, like everything had like a package back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't good. I actually saw it again recently, not too long. It's not good. It's not good.
Now,
2 was my shit.
what I will say about this is that I think this franchise still has a lot of obviously, yeah, because they got one for 2011, but that's like a 2D game. I still think that there's a lot of potential still left. Where in terms of this could be the horror version of Bayonetta, if you look at it, right?
Yeah.
If Devil May Cry and Bayonetta had a baby,
Yeah.
it would be Blood Rain, and it's sort of. I've never played Bayonetta, so I don't know if it plays similar.
Bayonetta plays almost exactly like Devil May Cry.
It plays like Devil May Cry, yeah.
Yeah,
So
very much like Devil May Cry.
this has
the later Devil May Cry.
This, I remember I saw a meme of this one guy that was just like, "Oh, let's turn something black and red and give it a gun," and it was Shadow.
Oh yes,
yeah. And then I thought that he was gonna say Blood Rain. He was gonna have the Blade game and then black and red and give it guns.
Yeah.
You know, but I still think that now we're in this like e-girl, and I'm not saying it's bad to be an e-girl. You can be whatever you want. We're into like this like the goth culture is making a resurgence. So let's get a developer to bring this back proper. You know, like there's a lot of really good studios that would fucking kill this franchise.
Do it just so you can get another is gaming woke article.
Oh wait, hold on. It was like Tomb Raider. It was like in the 2000s. Tomb Raider. It was like let's make it black and red and give it guns. Yeah, and this was the goth Tomb Raider.
Yeah, bro, put this up with like Horizon Zero Dawn or one of these other joints or like the new Naughty Dog game. The neckbeards are gonna go crazy. It'll probably sell. This will be the new Yotai, the whatever joint. But I did think of a game. I got one. This was my shit, and I actually have a copy of it on PS2 that I played like a year ago. This was my joint. So
I own that game.
Yeah, I have a copy too. Yeah, this was my joint because I was a big fan of. I don't know which came out first. Maybe this, maybe the movie, but 13 Ghosts was my shit. And something about the like ghosts dealing with like new age stuffs, new age situations was always like interesting to me. And it was like, I was a dude, he goes to prison, the prison's fucked up, they got like the psychotic unit, and while they're in there, they're trying to commune with the shit, like kind of some Doom stuff. And then everything goes to shit. Like, the ghosts start killing everybody, people don't know what the hell's going on, and it like, you get like this, and then games have copied it since then. You got games like Evil Within, some of the newer Resident Evil entries. I feel like took some of this a little bit, or like just like looked at it as a reference. Going from first person to third.
I never used first person.
I never did either, really.
I've played this game and finished it during the pandemic.
Yeah. And then there was a second one, yes?
Yeah, the Ties That Bind.
The Ties That Bind, and I have Ties That Bind as well. Or no, I think I have Ties That Bind, but not this one. It was one of the two.
They got the Max Payne influence there.
Yes,
with the pills and stuff.
These guys alone, you got blade hands and blade feet, and they would crawl on the walls and shit. Like, nah.
This was good. This was a really good. There was a lot of horror games that came out. I think this deserves a remake or something because it was a really good concept. It was very, very well written. A lot of a lot of creative things went into it. A lot of Silent Hill influences.
Yeah.
You know, I see like a lot of this is kind of like Max Payne meets Silent Hill.
Yeah. I consider that's a good fusion. Yeah.
Yeah, so you definitely that's the way I see it. But not saying that it's a complete knockoff, like they just took two of those and mixed it together. But that's when you get inspired by two different franchises, because those are two of the biggest ones at the time, Silent Hill and Max Payne. Like there was no action game bigger than Max Payne at that time.
At the time, yeah.
So
and doing what it was doing with like the bullet time shit, like all of the crazy stuff.
And then they got like some of the puzzles. It was influenced by Resident Evil a little bit. It was really good. It was really good. This was a good pick.
Yeah,
this was a good pick.
Yeah. You got one more in the chamber. Now I'm starting to think of like the Darkness was one of my favorites too.
Yeah, the Darkness. That was Mark Silvestri. I think Michael Turner did a few things.
Yeah.
It was Top Cow Comics.
Yeah.
The Darkness.
I like the Darkness a lot. That was a fun one.
I wasn't too into those comics. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, those were comics too.
Yeah. It started out as a comic in the 90s.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. Yeah, some about the little like you get to upgrade the little demons on your shoulder, and they do different shit. That was a that was it was a cool touch for me. Seems like it's a shooter, but then it's like I don't know. It's got like this dark element.
It's like Venom with guns.
Yeah, make it black and red.
Yeah,
and give it guns.
Yeah, no, I mean, they weren't wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks cool.
No, this one was my shit, man. And because they felt like you really felt like Doc Ock a little bit. Like these shits would like move on their own.
I've never fully read the comic though. I should probably read it at some point. Like really give it a good read. I know it's pretty cheap. From what I remember, I think we had like the omnibus or something like that.
The ghosts. These are fun, man. Yeah, gaming just needs to. It's already the bubble's already burst. So like at this point, just go out swinging and like give some people. Because also indie people are just making stuff really well. They're just like 4-person teams or 8-person teams. But they need to start like just throw these like they were throwing this this term around when Get Out blew up, and when Get Out blew up because it was like I think it had like a $2 million or like a $10 million budget, something really small, and it made the money. They were talking about this idea of like micro loans on movies or micro budgets. Oh, these micro budgets. It's like the long term game. So you know the studios give out for these new directors. Like, oh, so you mean just supporting new artists, like supporting indie actors and giving them a shot? Oh, you mean not picking the same 10 directors over and over again? You mean just actually being a quality movie studio? That's what they gotta do. They gotta just throw out money to these dudes who are already making good games with way less, and let them like make a little like a cult classic. Just let them make a cult classic.
You know, and I know that Silent Hill F is one of the big horror games to come out this year. But there was a horror game that I played for PC, and it was called No, I'm Not a Human. And you could just play like the trailer.
Oh, I have seen people play this shit. I have seen people play this. Yeah.
And we talk about like things with like micro budgets.
Yeah.
I think this might have been made by like just a guy or a few guys, and it's pretty simple. It's post-apocalyptic. I guess like the sun is exploding or some shit. so people can't go outside in the morning, so everybody like lives at night. And then I don't know, I guess mole people are coming out of the ground, and the mole people are killing people, and uh people knock, and then they take the form of humans. And I guess the well, not I guess, but the object of the game is niggas knock on your door, you talk to them, and you have to determine whether they're human or not. And it's simple, but it was good enough that I thought it was brilliant. It's really good writing, really cool different characters. Now it's still in beta, and it kind of crashes here and there. But yeah, man, like I think gaming has, for me at least, gaming has been most enjoyable with games like this, which is why I bought the Steam Deck, because there's a lot of really cool things going on outside of AAA gaming.
Yes.
And I'm just burnt out from spending $100 here.
Yes.
And all this other shit.
You could pay $20 for like a really cool experience.
I think I paid $8 for this game.
There you go.
Or $10.
But imagine, and all the infinite bread that they got trying to get all these microtransactions, because they already got money, they just want more. They're cancerous. They're a big tumor. They have money. They just need to get as much as possible. Imagine spending some of that money on one of these guys, giving them just access, maybe a little extra staff. To
what
like
Sega did
with
Sonic, with Sonic Mania.
Yes, yes.
Sonic Mania was a fan game.
And they just gave them bread, right? They just like, here, just make the best game you
and
can.
Look what it did for them.
That's all you need to do. You're not going to lose anything, I promise you, because people are going to spend maybe twice as much on this type of game. You're going to make the money back. These what is it called? Micro budgets that's been thrown around. It's like, nigga, just spend money on a good project. Start spending money on a good project. You will make it back. You might lose some. You're going to lose some. But that was the gamble they used to accept, because they knew
back in the jig in the 90s.
Yeah, they knew. They knew they were going to get, listen, it's like the casino or whatever gamble they do. It's like if they come in and get the right amount of bets, they could at least walk home happy. And they don't want to do that no more because they want to play it safe.
Exactly. They want to play it safe and make like one game every 5 years.
Kids want to get scared. They love this. They love these fucking games. They love these games. And we love them because we're, legacy in it. But,
and they're cheap.
But they love these creepy, eerie games or these innovative games. Get him the $1 million budget. See what he did.
Yeah, he'd probably cook.
See what he did.
You know what else would be? What was cool too? Before we wrap this up, Whisper Mountain Outbreak.
Oh, I've heard of this. I have heard of this. Yeah. I have heard of this game actually. I've been wanting to check it out. I've been watching people play it. This is a Steam joint too, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
I'm with people who are playing this right now, like some of the buddies from work.
Yeah, it's like Resident Evil meets Super Nintendo. Like Resident Evil meets River City Ransom.
Yeah. Like the static. I've seen people and it's like some of the enemies get crazy. And you get overwhelmed, and it's like, yo, where my people at? Where my people at?
Yeah, it's up to 4 players.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of indie stuff. Indie developers have some really good they have some really good shit coming out right now.